never let you down. I'ma shine on sight. Keep your mind on your grind and off of mine's alright. Right hard, I'm a ball.
You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene.
Welcome back to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm joining the studio as usual with my colleagues, Will T, Wally, and my little brother Ray. We're about to hop into that rundown. Rafael Nadal completes his career Grand Slam, youngest ever to do so. The Rays take over the Yankees for first place after the duel between Sabathia and Price. Bruce Pearl admits to misleading the NCAA during an investigation, which results in a pay cut and unable to attend recruiting trips for 1 year. USA Basketball takes the gold overseas. And speaking of overseas, AI supposedly having interest from China. What you guys think about AI if he goes over to China?
China, that's his only chance.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're a legend. You don't want to
hey, Dominique Wilkins did it.
your legacy.
Just don't do it. Iverson. Come on, Allen Iverson.
Man, he should have had a hook up Marbury over there. They getting like shoes made or
Dominique
something.
Wilkins went overseas 1 year and won a championship. AI, do it.
Don't do it, AI.
Man, would you go overseas to play basketball, Will?
No. For what?
Nah, whatever, man. I'd be over that joint.
What?
Mini Yao Ming.
Yeah,
maybe not China. I don't know.
Man, China, they got they always making money over there between them and Japan. Shoot.
The Reebok shoes can sell big time over there.
Yeah, but let's jump into that local news. I hate to say it, but the Skins won Sunday. Victory over the Cowboys. Hard-fought game. Went down pretty much last play of the game. And don't worry, Cowboys fans. We got Alex Barron tied up in the back. We're gonna go to that Bama body. But I might as well start it off. Will, what do you think of the game?
You can start it. Go ahead. Start it, Will. Start.
Nah, go ahead, Wally.
Yeah, Wally, you gonna come your way.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game, What am I telling? It was great. It was a great feeling to beat y'all, man. I mean, I feel like the Cowboys are the most overhyped team in football, or matter of fact, in all of sports. And to beat them it was satisfying. That's all I can say.
Let me ask you a question, Wally. To me, it just seems like from you and a lot of other Redskins fans, like this win solidifies your season. It's only week 1.
No, it doesn't solidify my season. What it does solidify is that Michael Shanahan is doing what he
Michael Shanahan. The adult name,
exactly.
Michael Shanahan?
Mike Shanahan. Mike Shanahan is everything he's done during training camp. It's worked. I mean, we last year if we was in that close game, we would have lost. This year we won the game with conditioning, being structured and everything. It could put us in a situation to win games.
I agree half
yeah.
of it, but I think the biggest culprit why the Cowboys didn't win this game is because Jason Garrett, his erratic play caller. Marion Barber during the first half of the game was running the ball down your throats. You had no answer for him.
But you know what?
You couldn't stop him, and then he ceased
but you
running
know what?
the ball.
Honestly, that's been for years. That's always been the same way. He's always done it. He's done it in every. It's from the last three years he's done the same thing. So that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I'll agree with what you said over there, Wally. I mean, I think I like what part of you said, but I think the big thing that really helped this game was having Donovan McNabb's veteran presence that really put you guys over the hump. I mean, your offense probably want to do a little bit more as far as points-wise. You want to put more points on the board, but, I mean, that's the type of game that the Cowboys usually are. But other news, though, man, what's up with Haynesworth? Haynesworth was, like, pouting over on the sideline a little bit, though, man. He was like...
I mean, that's the media's hyped it up.
No, that was his expression.
It was his... Go ahead, Ray.
I remember you telling me something about it earlier.
Nah, he was hyped, but he wasn't supposed to be in that huddle that Collinsworth thought he was supposed to be in. So the fact that he was standing there walking back and forth, he was mad, but he wasn't avoiding the huddle or being belligerent. He just wasn't supposed to be in that huddle at the time. That was reported here locally, but nationally it's still being hyped that he was, not listening and didn't want to sit in a defensive huddle.
I think it's just a lot of garbage that the way they throw in for is Haynesworth. I mean, I think he wants to get more burn, even though he's probably not ready to get the burn before he really commits to the system. But at the same time, they try to throw so much just garbage his way to really just mess the team up. And
Yeah.
I think as a coach, Mike Shanahan and Jim Haslett, what they really need to do is step up and just be like, you know what, y'all ain't gonna mess up our season with this. So
to me,
especially towards the media. Go ahead, Will.
I agree with you saying, Fish, and also when I was watching football on Sunday, if you read the tickers on the bottom of the screen, when is the last time has it been reported that a single player is going to play a game? Like, the national media is making too much out of this Haynesworth thing. I think they just need to let things blow over. Haynesworth's going to be a Redskins until Mike Shanahan decides to get rid of him.
But on other news, the next meeting is going to be in Big D. I'm not going to change my decision. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I mean, it's another, 13, 14 weeks from now. It's a lot of in-between games in that time. But, I mean, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Wally, we already know what direction you're going to go. You're on the Cowboys, right?
No, Skins, you know it.
What you think about that over there, Ray?
I'm gonna stick with the Skins. That's who I picked this past week. It depends on how the season plays out. Obviously, injuries and all that good stuff.
That's
But I'm picking the Skins. I'm gonna stick with it.
What about you over there, Will?
I still think the Cowboys are going to beat them.
Well, also speaking of Skins and state of Texas, the Skins played the Texans this week. Kyle Shanahan's former team that he was offensive coordinator in. I mean, is any matchups you think you guys are going to look out for? The matchup I really want to see is D'Angelo Hall and Andre Johnson. I want to see how that works out.
I don't think it's going to be man-to-man because I don't see D'Angelo checking Andre Johnson man up. So I think we'll have Rome coverage over Andre Johnson. The main thing for the Skins is to stop the running game. I think if they stop the running game, we have a good opportunity to win the game.
That was my key matchup, the Arian Foster versus the Redskins defense. Last week, Marion Barber, he gashed the Redskins for a couple big runs. And, Arian Foster coming off of, a 230-yard game last week, although it was against the Colts. But it'll be interesting to see how it fares
That's the
this
main
week.
thing. You said the Colts without Bob Sanders.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is also with Kyle Shanahan being a former offensive coordinator, I'm pretty sure a lot will be built up about him knowing the offense or whatever, which I think, to be honest with you, be bull because, I mean, you can tell other team you play, they got to stop it in the end. So I really don't think that's going to.
That goes both ways anyway.
It's not going to really do anything. I mean, he can call out all their plays, but you got to stop it in the end. But what's your guys' prediction for the game, though?
I think they'll have a big. I think the Texans will have a big letdown because they beat the Colts and that's their Super Bowl too as well. Bigger than the Redskins being the Cowboys, so I think the Skins will win off that alone.
Where they playing at anyway? They playing in Texas or they playing over Orlando?
We're playing home.
All right.
I think it's going to be a shootout, 35-28. I think the Skins win.
You want to predict this game over there, Ray?
I'm going with the Texans. The Skins receiving core hasn't proven anything to me yet, so we'll see what happens. I'm not saying the Skins can't win, but I'm going to go with the Texans.
I'm going with the Texans 13-10. The Texans
Typical.
I think the Texans going to kick like a bunch of field goals. And
Fantasy football.
I
Get
don't
the
really
kicker.
see a lot of offense happening. I think the Skins will be able to shut them down on offense, but the Skins need to put up some points. But we about to hop into that commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about more NFL action that happened during the season. We're going to start with them Saints and them Vikings.
Hello, I'm Dr. Regina Benjamin, United States Surgeon General. For many Gulf Coast residents, the oil spill is a life-changing event. A disaster like this can take a personal and financial toll and leave you feeling sad, angry, depressed, or simply stressed. If these feelings persist and interfere with your daily functioning, it is important to seek help for yourself or for someone you care about. In Louisiana, call 866-310-7977. That's 866-310-7977.
You thought you knew, but you have no idea. It's the Urban Sports Scene.
Welcome back to the Urban Sports Scene, man. We about to hop into them Saints and Vikings, or El Saints for Ray, but Saints and Vikings. I mean, what you guys think again? I think Breeze should have put up more points for myself, though, but he didn't. But, I mean, it is what it is. Brett Favre didn't really do too much. How did Percy Harvin do for you over there, Ray?
1 catch, 12 yards. But that's okay. It's the first game of the season. It was a road game. It was a big game for the Saints.
El Saints.
Following up a Super Bowl, city's hype, all the oil spill. I mean, they needed to win.
I mean, yeah, all the Saints do is tragedy down there, man.
You know it.
They need some help anyway, but I mean, they got good luck on the football team, but they got
Bad luck in
bad
the
luck
environment.
everything else, man.
Hurricane.
The wars is terrible. Lil Wayne in jail. I mean, ain't too much positive been happening for New Orleans. They got a Super Bowl though.
Is Turk coming out?
Is
Is Turk coming out of jail?
Turk, man, he probably like a woman in jail right now? Man. He's Turkey. Man, but what you guys think of the game? I mean,
It was uneventful.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that did catch my eye, what happened before the game was the NFL players from both sides showing a show of unity. Excuse me,
We need to show unity right here to help them out. Come on.
The remix.
Yeah, the show of unity by the NFL players. I think that was it was interesting to say the least.
yeah, it was real nice. And guess what? When it happened, ain't none of them gonna do that.
Well,
When it comes time to pay that
So
for that
they
Bentley
anybody
bill and that house, how many of you think gonna stand together?
I think a lot of them will stand together, man.
History has shown football players cross over the picket lines. History has shown that. But
You been watching?
Adrian Peterson didn't get the ball enough in the second half, but he cut his hair like Neo. You seen his hair?
did you remember he didn't really have a
It
hairline
looked kind of
before?
funny. It
It
looked kind of
don't
funny. I
matter,
know,
but
right?
he had a bald head. He looked like Neo. A big version.
Yeah,
of Neo.
that was Brad Childress' fault. I didn't get the game plan. Put the game in the hands of Brett Favre, an individual who's missed the whole training
Has he
camp.
not learned from the NFC Championship?
I mean,
game?
this like last year they started with the Browns and the Lions, I believe. So it gave him time. It gave Brett Favre time to get to a level of playing at a high level. Excuse me. But this season he's playing against New Orleans, a good team, and you know they're going to put all the time and power into him trying to win the game.
But the other NFL matchup that probably caught a lot of people's attention was the Texans and Colts. I mean, it was pretty much a good game, back and forth, a lot of offense. Arian Foster pretty much went out, even though Peyton Manning lost, he almost threw for like 500 yards. But I mean, this made a big statement for the Texans, and as far as the Colts, I mean, what exactly